Some chat message, somebody is waiting in the lobby there. Yeah. The others can also start admitting if somebody is waiting there. Okay. Right. Which document I need to open for Unit 1.1, Lee? I will tell you everything. Jenny, just hold on. I'm going to talk about everything. Okay. So you all have a lot of queries. Don't worry. I'm here to address all your queries today. Okay. Now, so what is the agenda? So when we had our second day of orientation, I think I made an announcement, during the briefing that you have a module induction that is starting very soon, and I told you all to join there. So I noticed many of you joined, some of you maybe due to your work commitments or something, you couldn't join. The recording of the module induction. What do you mean by module induction? So this module, business strategy, had a formal induction where the module leader. So what do you mean by module leader? The person who has designed this course and who is running this from the University of Hertfordshire. He, conducted an introduction session. It was just an introduction about the module and he briefed everything there. So that is already uploaded on Canvas. The recording is available. The slides are also available there. But here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through a few very important things that were discussed during the module induction by Dr. Wilson. Okay. So this is the first agenda for the day. And then we'll move on to Unit 1. Why do we call it as a recap of Unit 1 is I think by now you people are aware that this is a self-independent study, correct? This is a distance learning, supported distance learning. The support that you get here is for the tutorials, correct? So whatever, so the support that you get here is for the tutorials. So we just have 5 into 2, 10 hours for the tutorials. And just in this 10 hours, we have to, do the support that we have to give you and guide you with the application of the assignment and also teach you some important concepts. So how I have made it and how I have informed all my other tutors, and this is what I've been practicing in the past also, is to teach the important models and the frameworks that is going to be applied for the assignment, not to skip the models, not to skip the frameworks, because the this mode of study demands that everybody should, engage actively on Canvas. Whatever unit on a weekly basis is published, you have to read through everything. If there is a video, you have to watch all that. This is what I'm saying now is, for all the modules, and this is for all your semesters. Okay. You have to read through the articles. You have to, if there is a lecture that is uploaded, or, PPT that is uploaded, a video that is uploaded, or some articles that is uploaded, right? You just have to read through and engage yourself there because your analytics is being monitored by UH. The mode of the study is like that. And what is the support that you get here is from the tutors. Okay, so we have made it in such a way that our students benefit from the tutors, and this is what I really train all my lecturers in such a way. I tell them that you should be doing this, and so this is the pattern, so that we make sure that students benefit from our tutorial sessions. All right. So this is how. So on a weekly basis, when a unit is published, you will get a notification, on your Canvas. You might have seen those notifications, which means a unit has been published. So last week, Unit 1 was published. This week, I think Monday morning, Unit 2 was published, right? And he has also posted some discussion questions. So you can just go and, give your responses there because, these discussion questions are really, kind of somewhere it will guide you to your assignment. All right. Some thought provoking questions, just some simple questions. Just try to engage, give some good responses because nobody is going to judge or anything. You are going to communicate directly with your module leader there. So he will read through your discussion, prompts, the comments that you have passed there, whatever you have. It can be right, it can be wrong. Don't, try to, analyze or overthink. What if I am wrong? What if I go wrong? Who cares? Who bothers? We are here to make mistakes and we are here to learn. Is that clear? So whatever you have learned in the past, unlearn everything, start fresh. You are doing a great job. It is not easy to balance work and academics. It is, because I've gone through the same process. I know what it is, balancing, and also with family, correct? So some students, generally even from the past cohort students, they had this apprehension. If you have anything you want to talk to me, just mail to me. You want to share your things like, Dr. Gomati, how do I manage? I'm very tensed. I want to know how to handle this, how to be more organized. What should I do? I'm here to guide you. Please understand that, right? I'm always available for you all. So keep that in mind, just not as a module tutor, but as a program leader. I'm here, and I'm very proud to say that some of our Baba students who graduated this month, they have progressed to MBA. Now they are, joining. They'll be attending the graduation ceremony in November, but they have also joined the MBA program, right? So that is the, kind of, thing we get here. We try to do it here, right? So keep this in mind. This is the background. So then I'm going to take you through everything one by one now. So I'm going to start. I think there's a message on chat. If there is something, thank you so much. No, you don't worry. I'm always available for you all. Okay, that is the only thing that I want you to keep in mind. All right. Let me go back. So I'm starting from here. So now you have 3 modules this semester, right? So total modules that you have is 8 modules. So this semester, last semester, students were like kind of, we have only 2 modules. So they had the time to settle in. For you, it is 3 modules. Semester A, we always start with 3 modules. And you will be finishing with the easiest only 2 modules. Your last semester, you'll have only 2 modules. Never mind, it's okay. 2 things are very important. What is important is to know what are the concepts and to understand the assignment briefs, to understand the requirements of assignment. Am I clear, everybody? We just have to really make sure that we really know and understand. If you have any doubts in any particular point, that no, this point is not clear, this is not clear, how do I go ahead with the assignment? Please do not hesitate to reach out to your tutors. They are meant to guide you. Is that clear? So this is again for all the modules, because I wouldn't be speaking only for my module. I have to speak for all the modules. So keep this in mind. And so the assignment guidance, like I have a different way of giving the assignment guidance. We cannot expect the same, because assignment brief is already given by UH. It is already there in a draft form which goes for an approval. Normally, they say that, the board has not approved and we have to wait for the approval. This is the draft, but I have never seen any changes. So it is just a procedure where it has to be approved by the board and signed, but the draft remains the draft and that will become the final. So there won't be many changes there. Okay. So you don't have to worry. So now that, all the assignment briefs are already available there, start reading, start understanding and all that. So if you do not get time to attend the online briefing session for the UH sessions, live sessions, it's okay, but make it a point to listen to the recording. All right, because the recordings are generally uploaded within 24 hours or maybe maximum if it is a weekend. They try to ensure, upload it by Monday. Okay, so 24 to 48 hours is a timeline given for uploading. So just go and watch and try to understand, because what happens there is they will try to tell you like how to go about it. But I have a practice, and please do not put this pressure on other people, because every module is different. I try to give a detailed assignment guidance for the draft itself. All right. And I also try to share this particular Word document to all my students. I send, the email to them, and so that they have the draft document, so that will be a very clear guidance, like how to go about it and all that. One more thing I would like to tell you is, so what I have done is I have planned a Harvard referencing workshop next week. All right. So this I'm going to take, because for MBA students, it's a block module. So my module with my MBA students is starting only in November. So they reached out to me like, whether, they can learn the referencing from me, and because they have another module that's running. So I thought, then why not have it for you also? So I have decided, that I'm going to take a referencing workshop workshop, which is on Tuesday, right? So you will get I just a while ago informed my, PEs to send a mail to you all. So they will share the link. If you all have time to attend the referencing workshop, please do join, because I may not have enough time here. There are a lot of resources available online, because you have to, go through, visit and watch and all that. But I would also like to, walk you through that, what is meant by Harvard referencing and how important and why it is important. So I will be doing an extra session. Generally, I try to do it, try to compress it and, try to guide the students in my first session. But now, since that I have planned a separate session for that, so I think, it's nice if you all can join there. Is that clear? Because I'll be guiding you with some important tips for the referencing. Just one important thing you all have to understand. Referencing, why it is important, right? One simple example I will tell you. Today morning there was a news which, everywhere that people started saying the US government has shut down because the budget for the local maintenance, the local governance couldn't be passed, and and for the cleaning and for all those utilities, the government has no budget, the bill was not passed, and people, it is closed. How do I know? I want to use this for my assignment because you think it is an important, point that can be used for your assignment. But what is evidence? How do you know? Where did you see this evidence? Will be my question. You get that? Any claim that you make has to be referenced. Otherwise, it becomes a weak claim. You get that? No data, no information, nothing belongs to me. I read from different sources. I try to form a perception, and I try to, write them, put it across, in a very appropriate way. And I'm trying to use that piece of information, which is now called as a claim that I want to make to support my assignment, should always not be a weak claim, should be referenced. Now, for referencing also, the source of information should be from a credible source of information. So today we are living in a world of AI, correct? And so students think that, okay, I can, put it there and I can generate, understand and use that. But please keep this in mind. You know that ChatGPT, can hallucinate, correct? And it can give you all false information. So it is not right to use the content that is given by AI, because that becomes a very big question of academic integrity. And we have seen students who fail because of academic integrity issues. So whatever, we are not expecting an author to be born in a Baba class. Okay, we don't want any writers and authors and publishers. You can write in your own words in simple language. The grammar, the editing tools are allowed. You just have to acknowledge that, right? So all those tools are allowed. So we have an AI policy. You just have to understand the content that you are trying to generate. It has to stick to the requirements of the assignment, which means, what do I mean by requirements of the assignment? It means every assignment has a assignment brief. I mean, every module has an assignment brief. There are some different components, different requirements that students are expected to do. You make sure that you address every single component there. Everything has to be done very nicely, because there is always a marking rubric attached to it. You get that? So there is a weightage and a marking rubric, a rubric that is attached to the different components of your assignment. And the marking will be done based on those requirements and based on the marking rubric, which means when I start the class only, I'm again trying to tell you one more important point. How important it is for me to understand the assignment brief. It is equally important for me to understand the marking rubric. Understood? So look through, I'm going to, guide you with all that. You don't have to worry. Why I'm saying this is because this holds true and applies for the other modules also. Is that clear? Whatever you do and whatever, just imagine I have to do so much for 1,000 words, 1,400 words, which means it has to be concise, precise and should not be descriptive. There is something called as critical analysis, that you have to exhibit your critical thinking. I will again give a simple example for what do you mean by critical thinking. Students online, are you all able to follow whatever I'm saying here? I'll just ask them and come. Yes, the Jasmine, yes, the referencing workshop will be recorded, and I will definitely, send a mail to you all, okay, whatever has been recorded there. So I'll just give a simple example. Just assume all of us are here. We all today evening we decide. I'm taking a very simple example to make you understand what is critical thinking. Okay, so everybody can, now think about it. We all decide we go and watch your favorite movie. There's some movie here somewhere, in Suntec City, and we all decide we'll go for a movie to the GV theaters, which is nearby. And 50% of the audience, now we are the audience, right, for the movie, 50% of the class, wow, what a wonderful movie. This was one of the best movies I watched. So this is a statement they make. Okay. The other 50% of all of us, those who are online and myself, we all say, no, 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 this movie was not at all a good movie. If I, make a statement like this, I think that I have already commented on the requirements, but it is called as a surface level comment or a very descriptive comment, because I don't know why you think that the movie was good or bad. Correct? If you are saying that the movie was good, which means I need reasoning, I need your perspective, I need your justification. The movie was good because if you look at the actor was the performed actor's performance was like this. It was well directed. The story. I'm trying to reason out and I'm trying to prove and justify the point that I made. Correct? While the other group, which thinks that the movie is not good, no, the movie was not edited properly at all. It was all so blunt and abrupt, and the climax was so bad, and which means I'm trying to reason out my point. This is called as critical thinking and bringing in my perception there and trying to reason it out and justify the claims that you are making. But whatever claim that you are making, for example, if you're saying this climax was not good, which means I have to reference that climax. If you're saying that this part was not directed well, I need to reference that. I need evidence. Without just not enough, if I say it, it has to be evidenced. If you understand this format, you get that? What are the requirements? Understanding the assignment brief, understanding the marking rubric, understanding the referencing requirements. Okay, you get that? There are so many styles of referencing. In our campus alone, we have partnered with 11 other universities, and only University of Hertfordshire is following the Harvard referencing style. All other universities are following the APA 7th edition style. So we are using the Harvard referencing style. You get that? Which means you will find many styles there on internet, and there are so many citation generators. You should understand that, okay, I'm supposed to use only the Harvard referencing style. Is that clear, everybody? So this is why I'm going to have a workshop on Tuesday to make you better understand. So whatever I spoke just now, when eventually when I start teaching and when I start guiding you with the assignment, I will now immediately tell you, see here, you need a reference. When you talk about this, you need a reference. Like this, I'll keep telling you. So make a note of all that, because when it comes to referencing, theory, application, evidence, all is important. I have to make referencing for the theoretical part, which means we call it as the academic referencing, and also for all the live evidences, from the industry sources and other things that I have to, which I'm using to justify. So, which means even those referencing has to be shown. And when it comes to theory, generally we use some tools. We call them as tools, or we call them as models, or we call them as frameworks. Three important things. We call them as tools, models, or framework. So the application of these tools, the models and framework will be looked at whether the student has understood the tool, whether the student has understood the model and applied that effectively in the assignment. You get that? This is where the theoretical and the model integration happens. You get that? Now, when I talk about especially business strategy, right? When I talk about all these models, These are the frameworks, and we are studying what business strategy. These models and the tools and the frameworks are all used by the big consulting firms, right? And they make a lot of money. So we people are going to learn some very important tools here. You just don't stop with learning the tools here. Start whatever you are learning here, start applying in your career, in your workplace. You'll gain better visibility and you will just, climb up your corporate ladder very fast. You get that? So this is from this, we are moving on to the main content. So that's the background. And so this is your module leader. So his name is Dr. Wilson Hilton. All right. So he is the module leader. We call him as the module leader or the ML. Okay, module leader. So every module will also have a co-tutor and a tutor. So it depends who is going to come and do the online briefing session. But the UH academic team, one of them will come and do the briefing. So the induction video was done by him and he has already uploaded this information. All right. So this is your module leader. And you all know me. I'm Dr. Gomati Shankari Tyagarajan, and this is my email ID, right? So you can note down my email ID. I think most of you now know it. So I have 20 plus years of experience, and I'm also into consulting, strategic management, entrepreneurship management. I'm also a researcher. I publish a lot. I write a lot of research articles, case studies, and I have also won the Best Researcher Award in International Doctoral Conference. That's about me. That is my background. So I am the program leader for University of Hertfordshire Bachelor's Program, for the MBA program, and also for the Massey University, the Bachelor's. We have 3 pathways there, and also for the Master of Analytics. So I'm taking care of all these programs, and here in PSB Academy, this is my background. All right. Now moving ahead. So we have a good team with us here. Our administrative team supports us very well. So any administrative operative issues, like you can all reach out to them also. So now a quick overview about the induction session that was conducted by Wilson on 24th of September. All right. Okay. Okay, he started with speaking about the module site and structure, the communication question forum, extension request, all these things, okay, guidance on plagiarism and the feedbacks and surveys. Let me start from the module site. Students, you should all make sure that you engage whenever you have time. You all have your phone, right? You can even download the app, and all your things are available already there. Okay, so you can download the app, log in with your email account. You can watch everything. You can read when you are in the train, when you are just sitting somewhere. You can just make sure that you know everything. You can just flip and go through everything, right? So you can please make sure that you are very familiar with the module site and the content. And the units will be released on a weekly basis. All right. Sometimes, depending on the schedule, sometimes 2 units will also be published in a week. It depends on, how, the requirement is. So whatever activity is given for every module, please complete them. And, because only when you try to complete them, you will understand the module better, right? Because we are doing something means only then it will give us a very good insight. Now, this is the recommended book for business strategy, which is exploring strategy. And this is one of the best books. Okay, that is, there are so many strategic management books. So many books are available. You'll find very good authors, very good publishers. But this is a very popular book across the world, everywhere. All big universities, top ranking universities, they use this book even for their MBA programs. Even our own MBA students, right? They try to refer to this book. So this is the book that is your, recommended for you all. This book is available in your UH online library. I think during my briefing session, I already told you how to log into the UH library. So please do go and, check that. And I think I have a PDF version of this book. May not be the 12th edition, but I think I have the 11th edition. So I'll just try to locate it, and I will also share this PDF copy with you. So it's easy for you, hands-on, right? So that also I will share with you. All right. So this is the main recommended reading. Okay. Now, why it is important for me to know what is my recommended reading from Canvas, and you will have additional readings, because your assignment will require some academic references, right? One important condition is do not repeat the same references. You cannot repeat the same references. For example, you have one good information in a very nice research paper and published in a journal about a particular company, right? Okay. Now, for our first assignment, our sector is automotive industry. Okay. So from a automotive journal, okay, you have a good journal and you have some good article published there. So you think that, okay, let me use this data for this. Why would I, read your article when most of it is referenced from that particular journal? I would very well go and read that, right? The original one is always available. So it is also judged based on the scope of research. Is that clear? So your scope of research, your scope of, searching for sufficient data from different credible sources is also another important point. If you just, try to understand whatever I say, trust me, whoever followed and yesterday I was like meeting the group B students and they all just came, we got very good marks, Dr. Gumati. Thanks for your guidance. So what is important is to understand these things. Many students try to make up the assignment, complete the assignment, but where exactly do you think we are losing marks? Correct? These are the areas. Originality of the work, scope of research, the right referencing, and critical thinking. These are the points that are looked by the UH team. Is that clear, everybody? So I will be walking through all that every time when I teach something. I will be, bringing this to your attention. Your all your assignment briefs will have something in the bottom, a minimum of 10 academic minimum of 10 references, minimum of 15 references. When I use the word minimum, what do you mean by that? It is just the passing requirement. Okay. So many students, oh, they will sit and count. I have 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 10 enough. No, that is minimum. Okay. So we should try to have good referencing. So what is the first step after my lesson is over today? I will ask you to do something to look for data to choose the company that you're going to work for assignment one. Is that clear? So based on data availability, only we choose our company. So I will come to that later. Okay. So that's about the reading list. Hold on, just give me a minute. Yes, the module. What module will post in StudyNet? You want me to go there? I will show you. Wait. Since somebody has a doubt there, this is your student view. Okay. So everybody, when you go to your module page, this is our business strategy module. Our business strategy module already has the DMD. What is this DMD? This is called as the course outline, definitive module document. Every module will have a DMD, which gives us the course outline. So what information you will find in the course outline is generally this. Okay, I'm in my student view. I will show in my view. Okay, so I'm also able to see what you can see. So can you see here induction session? The induction presentation has been uploaded already. The session recording has been uploaded already. There is a quiz also for you all to answer. That's also uploaded there. Now unit 1 has been published. Unit 2 has been published. Can you see the readings are all already given here? What are the background articles? For example, when I just go and click on Introduction to Business Strategy, all right. So this is how Canvas will have the materials for you. Okay. So all the content that you all need to know, need to understand, which means nothing outside this, whatever is given here, and we know what is covered here, right? So everything you will find here. For example, can you see this? This is talking about the introduction, whether a strategy is an element of change, what is a strategic drift, and some videos you will find here, whatever videos are there. And you just have to click the next button. Can you you see the next button there? So which means it will take you to the next page. So like this, you keep engaging yourself on Canvas. Is that clear? So all the content is published there. Now I take you to the assignment here. All right. Assignment 1 has been already published. When is the due date? 11th of November. We have a lot of time, right? So 11th of November is a good time. Initially, the online briefing session was planned by Dr. Wilson on 29th of October. So 29th of October means that was already published. I don't know how many of you noticed there. Okay, the first whole week, last week, it was showing as 29th of October only. So then I requested Dr. Wilson because by 29th of October, already my 3 tutorials would have been over. All right. So I told him generally students like to watch the online briefing session and focus more on the assignment 1. So he has kindly agreed and he has preponed, he has shifted the assignment briefing session. How and where will you find the details? Go to the home page. Always click on the home page. All right. Home page will give you the basics. See, this is what I showed in my deck also, right? So this is the welcome video by Dr. Wilson, and you'll find his details. What is a recommended book? What are the topics that will be covered, and what are the assignment details? Okay. So when you go down, can you see the online session? The first briefing session has been scheduled for 16th of October, which is a good time for us. So you can, keep track of the dates. All your briefing session schedules are published by them only on Canvas, because see, can you see assignment 2 details are still not available. So they will eventually publish it. So only the PSB timetable, the local tutorial session dates are published on website, and only that is shared with you. If you want to know, if you want to understand and track when is the UH online session, means it will be showing here. But yes, it will also show a notification for you, right? You will also get a notification. So keep a track of all these things, and I will also make sure that I keep reminding you. I'm not going to spare you, don't worry. I will keep telling you, hello, there is an online session. So if you're available on that day, you can go and watch. If not, no problem. Next day, just go and watch the recording. Normally, the online briefing sessions are maximum for 45 minutes, or just 1 hour. And there is not much of two-way communication there, right? So they just try to give an overview of the assignments. So that is the, assignment briefing requirement, and that is what you can expect from there, right? So this is about this. Now let me just go back. So I'm going to the assignment details. All right. So I just spoke about, what did I tell you? I told you that we have to understand the requirements of the brief. So where do I find it? So this is exactly, if you all can scroll it along with me, you'll find this page, or you can just do it, look at here also. I'm now clicking on this document here. Can you see this document here? That is the draft document of your assignment. Okay, you can download it, you can save it, keep it for reference. All right. So this is your assignment 1 draft document, the brief, okay, of your first coursework. So we call it as coursework 1. All right. Now, I think Jenny also, online, she had a question, do we have an exam and all that? I'll just take a pause here. So I'm going to take you back. So what happened is, when Dr. Wilson gave the induction session, some of you might have joined. He spoke about the assignment 2, which is a time constrained exercise, right? Even your senior cohort, they all had the time constrained exercise. So there is a difference between a time constrained exercise. We also call it as a time constrained exam, right? So why it still falls under coursework pattern is because, what do you mean by exam? Exam means is a formal exam where the exam date is published and you all have to come to the campus. You'll be given a question paper, an answer script. It is a paper and pen format, and you will be invigilated, correct? That is the exam pattern. So exam means that is the form of exam, and that is what we call as exam, which is a traditional exam. But what was shown there was a time constrained exercise, which is open open book. You can do it from anywhere, and 24 hours to 48 hours depends, how much ever time is approved. You can go and, have some references, cheat sheet and all that, and you just, answer all the questions that. So whatever we have studied, we apply there. That is the format of time constraint exercise, but I don't want to talk more about it because after your induction session was over 2 days back, when I tried to follow up with, so they all your seniors had that, okay? So I have trained them for all that and they all scored very good marks, okay? But that has been changed now. So you do not have a time constraint exercise anymore. So your coursework too is being, finalized. You are going to have again an essay format only, not a time constraint exercise. But when Dr. Wilson spoke about it, this was shown to you, correct? He said that, the due date is 17th of December and it will be a time. So this was typically the last year pattern, okay? So, but now this has been changed. Only I have been intimated about that. He will, get things finalized there and he will publish soon. All right. So you do not have a time constraint exercise. That's the latest information. But still, let us keep our fingers crossed because it has to be approved by the board. You never know, right? So this is the information that I thought I will share with you. All right, everybody, now you're clear with this. So I'm just now going back to whatever, he has briefed in the induction session. So he spoke about the book. This is for the communication. So whatever queries you have about the module and, about the assignments, you can email to Wilson Hilton, but always make it a point. Whatever email communication you want to have with your module leaders for all your 3 modules, try to copy your local tutors. They should be aware of what is happening between you and them. The reason is they will not respond to your mails because they have so many students, correct? And only by looking at the email ID, they would not be able to make out whether the student is from Greece or whether the student is from Indonesia, whether the student is from Pakistan, or whether the student is from Singapore. They would not be able to make out because for them, or whether the student is from the campus, local campus, they wouldn't be able to know it because generally how you can see your email ID, everybody's email ID is like that. You cannot really make out. So they do not respond. So, but they know us. You know that? You understand? So if you copy through us and if you keep us informed, we will also be able to follow up with the module leaders. Is that clear? So this is about the communication. I think I spoke about this even in my briefing session. Now, this is something which I would like to, bring it to your notice. See, all of you are working, you never know, just before the submission date, you might have some issues. Maybe you fall ill or maybe you have to travel, go on a business trip, right? So like this, try to understand. Okay, there are 2 important things that you can make use of. One is called as an extension and the other facility you have is called as the exceptional circumstances. Now, what do you mean by an extension? Now, imagine today, what is the day today? October 2. If I have a submission on October 5, okay, I have 3 days for submission or 4 days for submission. Now, I know today I have, so suddenly I have a viral infection and I'm not able to, work on my assignment because the last minute we all really try to, push ourselves and try to complete and try to. So we are not able to give enough time means if you think that you are unwell, please go and get a medical certificate immediately and write immediately. Do not wait. Write immediately to your module, local module tutor. Write it through me and, CC to the module leader because you will be given an extension. Is that clear? You want to write it to them directly also, you can write it to them and copy me. You get that? So this is for this kind of circumstance. Okay. But without an evidence, without a valid document, it will not be approved. Why? Because medical certificate is a valid document. Like, for example, business trip, they will ask for the tickets and other things, a letter from your office. You have to show the documentary evidence, which means if you are able to provide that, Yes, you will be given an extension and a new date will be given to you. So you will be given some extra time so that you get time to complete and submit your work. So this is very different from the second one, which is called as an easy application, right? The first one, extension request must be made with evidence at least 7 days before the assignment submission deadline. Understood? Don't wait for the assignment deadline to be over and then, oh, I think I should have applied, and then don't apply today or tomorrow. It will not be granted. And this approval is with the hands of the module leader himself. So he can immediately, without going for the senior approvals, he can approve it himself. But the exceptional circumstances is not in anybody's capacity. It has to be approved by the university. All right. So that is the reason there is a separate link for exceptional circumstances, and you have to apply for exceptional circumstances only through that link. Who is eligible for exceptional circumstances? Imagine today I fell down somewhere, okay? And imagine I broke my leg or I broke my back or something. So I know that, I'm like kind of, the next 15, 20 days, I'm not able to do anything. If you know that something that you are in a situation like this in advance, immediately please apply. Again, we need evidence, apply for exceptional circumstance. Is that clear, everybody? Or I don't want to say this. Suppose if somebody is going through some, how do I put it very rightly? Some mental health condition, right? You are taking treatment, some kind of consultations. Also, don't hesitate, okay? You are definitely, eligible for an exceptional circumstances. So please keep this in mind. Do not think that overthink whether I cannot. No, no, no. Please do it immediately, because every day you delay your submission, even if it is just by 1 hour, you will be penalized, marks will be reduced by them. Even if you try your best, teacher, I thought, I didn't know it is UK time, I forgot the time, I missed the time, I thought AM to be PM. No, be very clear about the time and the date, and do not keep it till the end minute, okay? If the submission box is showing as UK time, it is UK time only. The submission box will show only UK time everywhere, because they cannot give a separate submission time for Singapore, for other campuses. Correct? Understood, everybody? So this is one thing. One more important thing is only, Singapore is doing the current 3 modules. I think I spoke about that, right? GMAC is the only module, Global Marketing Ethics and Culture, which the other campuses are also doing, because we are from Singapore. We can proudly say that nothing can be just like that easily done. We need approvals. We are highly regulated. We have to get the necessary approvals, because we have committed to you a set of modules. And after signing you have signed the contract, we have offered, and without your consent, we cannot just like that say, no, these modules are removed, these are the new modules that has been replaced. We cannot say that, right? We have to inform the SSG, get their approval. I have completed all the necessary documentation. I have already submitted everything to SSG, so we are awaiting. So which means next semester, you might, what you signed, just a replacement, because there was a curriculum revision that happened. For example, this business strategy, some learning outcomes, some module content was refreshed, name has been changed to strategic management. That's it. So there are some minor changes like this, which you will be getting to know next semester. That is the reason some students are mailing me, teacher, why the website is showing some different modules and we are doing something. Other campus students are saying that they are studying this. For them all, nothing. Today you just we are changing. Oh, you're changing. Okay, we are ready to go ahead. They just have to. We are not like that, right? Okay, so that is why we are, I just want you people to know this very clearly. So now do you all understand the difference between EC and, extension? So there is a link, EC application. You have the student handbook. Do you all recall I showed you where to find the student handbook? So let me just quickly show you the student handbook. I will leave the student. I'll show it in your thing only. It's easy for you. Now, because my student view, I have to, all your dashboards, will have 1 minute, a program page also, correct? for the Bachelor's of Business Administration. So this is the program page. So if you have any doubts, what is the link and all that, I have also told my team to prepare frequently answered questions. You'll be getting it by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I have told them to prepare. We have addressed a lot of things. You'll be having some FAQs, right? So you'll be getting that mail from us. Mostly tomorrow, right? So can you see this homepage here? So there is a units page under the homepage. Everybody online, please just understand this. So here you have the program handbook, the third one. Okay, your student handbook. This is the program handbook. Okay, so you have to download the program. This, you should know that there is this student handbook. Everybody, this has all the information. Okay, so this is precisely what I showed you in my briefing session also. I'm just, quickly. So anything, you'll find everything, the links also for exceptional circumstance, everything you'll find in this document. All right. So you'll find everything. And I also showed you about the search engine, Ask Hertz also. So that is also there in StudyNet. So you have all the information here. This is your learning, teaching, assessment matters, grading, right? Can you see all the links here? The submission dates for the coursework, the academic writing skills, everything you will find here. Okay, the exceptional circumstances, how to apply for exceptional circumstances. Log into your student record and apply using the submit request, and you will have this, link. You click on this link and, it will ask for some information and you have to upload some document. So you understood now this information, right? I'm using this, to brief you some important things. Why? Because only I can talk about this, not the other tutors, right? And another thing is, when you have this support, why cannot you use it? So keep this in mind. Okay. Sorry, I tried to click. Somebody was waiting here. I thought okay, I just muted myself. Sorry for that. Okay. So those who are online, are you all clear with whatever I said? Okay. We will miss your lesson on same day. This is UK time. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me go back. So this is about the assignment details. So we can very soon expect a change in our coursework too. So now let us not think too much about coursework too, right? So our focus is going to be on coursework 1. Okay. Now, so where to find the schedules on Canvas? I think now you all know, right? All the schedules have been uploaded there. So under this particular page, so for those who are not aware, kindly go and have a look at it. Let me again take you back to Canvas. Just one important thing I would like to show you there. Okay, I'm again going to the student view. Okay. Because for me, I have all content, all the things. So this wouldn't help you. Let me just go to the student view. I don't know why it is slow. Yeah. So if you scroll down to the bottom, students, those who are not aware about it. Okay, this is your student view. Induction, support. So did I come to the right page? Oh, this is my handbook. This is not my business strategy. 1 minute. Leave the student view and I'll take you to business strategy. So business strategy. That was a handbook. I'm going to the student view. Now,
postgraduate.
okay, now listen everybody. Why did I upload all 3 schedules? I will tell you. So can you see here, there are three things. This is our partner section. So this is available, this only we can see. Okay. So if you click on the first one, all right, you will find all tutorial schedules here, A, B, and C. Instead of some of you wrote to us like, it is inverted. You have to actually click on this and download the document. Okay. If you click on this, you'll be able to download the document. And this is the document that I'm going to show you. In any case, on any particular day for any of the modules, you think that you feel that you have missed and you want to join, please, you are free to go and join other tutorial batches. Nobody is going to stop you. That is the reason I have uploaded A, B, and C. You are all from tutorial C. On any particular day, based on your commitments, based on your work schedule, you want to join A or B, you can. But when you do your group assignment, is that clear? Or both your other two modules have group projects. You have to, team up only with your batch, right? For one module, now keep one thing very clear. It is not the tutor who decides that the group formation will be like this. For one module, the module leader from there wants the list to be published, and that will be the group. For another module, there is some flexibility, right? So whatever they say, the tutors will just follow that. Is that clear, everybody? So stick to that. So this is what I wanted to show you. So then now from here, and to avoid some confusion, I have also, shown them separately also. Okay. So separately also. So this is where PSB Singapore recordings of PSB tutorial. We have three tutorials. For example, just tutorial one itself, we have three batches, which means three recordings, which can be confusing. So any one recording will be uploaded here. Okay. So yesterday's lesson recording has been already uploaded because the senior cohort batches, they don't really need these information. They are very familiar with all these things. So we quickly moved on to the lesson. Is that clear? Which means I will complete all that, but since I have to talk this also, I may take extra 10 minutes, for some of my sessions. Okay. 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. So I'm just telling you, okay, that is the reason I have scheduled a separate referencing workshop for you. Otherwise, I need another 30 minutes for that where I don't have time. So this is the background. So this recording has been already uploaded there. Those who want to can even go and watch the first session. So this is about this. So going back, so this is where you will all find. Going back, that is precisely what I was trying to tell here. All the schedules are shown there. Okay. Oh, sorry. All right. The next one. So the plagiarism, this is about the originality of your work. I will be talking about this in my subsequent workshop. Okay, so I'm just skipping all these things. Okay. All right. So the next one is the question forum, which I said, can you see there is a discussion forum? Please go and answer. Question. This was today morning. Another question was posted there. So two questions have been posted already. Okay. Yeah. So this is the extension and the EC request. Now, this is something that, I wanted, so I'm sending this detail in my FAQ that you'll be getting tomorrow or the day after. Okay. So you can also use the PSB library facility. Is that clear, everybody? PSB library facility means, see how to log into the PSB library facility. We don't have any physical library here. We don't, because now we have made everything shifted, everything online. So I just want to show how to go for, you have to use your PSB account for accessing the PSB library. Okay. Keep that in mind. So class, you will go there like this. When you click on that link on your website, you'll find Learning Resource Center, which is our digital resources. LRC is called as the library, and see how many publishers we have. So many books from the Wiley publishers, from Pearson, from Cambridge, Oxford, the Taylor and Francis, Elsevier, and we have magazines and the study skill materials. So can go and explore the LRC also. Okay, everybody got this clear? All right. The next one is, now I'm moving on to my lesson. So with this, we have to really now start our lesson. I hope everybody understood. So what is the name of the module? This module is business strategy. I would like to ask or start with the first question to you all, since we are talking about business strategy. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by strategy? A plan. Rogini, nice, very good. A strategy means a plan. Anything else? Anybody? Anything else? Idea, plan, method. Okay. Okay, correct. All right. Attracts? What? Jenny, I don't get you. It attracts? What it attracts? Okay. Any other answer here from this class? Anybody? Can you think of something? Vision, very nice. Okay, strategy is also a vision. Okay, a good strategy to attract the right customers. Very good. That's a nice one, Jenny. Okay. So, on this note, an action plan. Megan, this is very, more appropriate. An action plan. Very good. Okay, let me now move on. So before I start the meaning of strategy, I want you all to understand that these are the units, the topics that we will be covering for our entire course. All right. So we will be having so many units, and the first one, introduction to strategy, the second one, external environment, the third one, which is operational capabilities and resistance. These are the 3 units that we are going to use and apply for our coursework 1. Understood, everybody? So the first 3 units, unit 1 and unit 2 has been already published, correct? And we will be now using the completing the 3rd unit also. So I just want to brief you how I'm going to do it. This week, I'm starting with unit 1, correct? Right? So next week, I will also be touching little upon unit 2, okay? And next week, we will be completing till our unit 3, and I will take you through a detailed assignment guidance. Is that clear? So by tutorial 2, we should now know everything about what are the components, what are the requirements of my CW1 assignment. And we still have time, because after our tutorial 2 only, you will be having your UH online briefing session, and then we'll be meeting for our tutorial 3 also for further discussion and clarification, and you have enough time to submit your first assignment. Is that clear? So now, after the 3rd one, the last 2 sessions, the last 2 tutorial focus will be completely on my CW2. Is that clear, everybody? So this is how. So these are the 3 units that we'll be studying. Okay. Okay. From here, I'm moving on to unit 1. Okay. So I would like to start with, what do you mean by strategy first, right? I just want you all to look back and travel towards, just go back in history, and, just think about the World War and the other wars that, that are still happening and that happened in the past. Okay. Now, this word strategy was actually derived from the Greek word, which means stratos. What do you mean by that? Just think of a battlefield, okay? When you think about a battlefield, who comes to your mind first? The army general who stands at the front and who is leading an army from behind. Correct? I mean, who is leading an army? The army is at the back. What is there in the mind of this general? Somehow, anyhow, I win the war. Correct? Leading the army. What is the goal? What is the purpose? What is the aim? I anyhow win the war. Same applies. This word strategy was completely derived from this, which then eventually became a French word, and then it became the stratagem, and now we call it as strategy. Why? Because the battlefield is the competition, correct? And every company's top management has just one purpose, one goal, one aim in their mind. I have to win over my competition. Am I right? But anyhow, I will win the competition is not there in their mind, which means the unethical practices can come in there. Rightfully, ethically, I win over my competition. I lead my company and I win the competition. This is why we call it as strategy. Is that clear? So this is the background, and this is how, this word has been derived. So from here, I'm taking you to some nice, interesting success stories. Two stories. One is a success story and the other one is a failed story. Okay. Now, let us take the example of Zara. Okay. So now, if you look at Zara, the strategies has always been very good. Zara has always had a very successful strategy. Now, if you look at they try to lock at least 50% of their stock by the start of the season. Don't you think locking 50%, or investing your money, 50% of your investment in stocks is a very risky one? Yes or no? First of all, you need so much resources. You're blocking your financial resources. You have to look for warehouse. You have to look for logistics. There are so many overheads associated with that. But Zara has always managed to lock 50% at the start of the season. Why? Because they had only one intention in mind. All my designs that I stock should be easily and readily available to my customers immediately. My customers should not wait for a design to reach them. You get that? So that is what they had in their mind. And any new design that comes, here we are seeing it as 3, but generally that is the extra time. The minimum time is 2 weeks. They make sure that all the new designs reach every nook and corner to all the stores across the world just in 2 weeks. So that has been another strategy which Zara has been always right from the beginning. The reason why they became so big brand and became, so popular, and which has been, even now followed. And one more thing, if there is no demand, they don't wait. Let me see just one more season whether the customers are buying. Okay, let me try to put it on a sale piece. Let me see, offer it at 20% discount, 50. No, not like that. If they think, if they understand from their data, information from their stores, that there is no demand for any one particular item, without any hesitation, whatever is the investment there, they immediately discontinue the design. Right? These are all some strategies followed by Zara. Okay. Now, so which means they have a shorter lead time, faster replenishing of stock, and 2-week turnaround. This is the success story of Zara. Now I'm taking you to another story, which is a very miserable failed story. Correct? How many of you here have heard about Kodak? Yes, I think, we all know it better, right? Maybe the youngsters today, they are not much exposed to Kodak. Kodak used to be they came out with such an amazing innovation. They are the ones, that invented the roll film. Correct? That was such a beautiful innovation, and people were so fascinated. What? With the help of a roll film, you can capture photographs, memories. We can create memories, we can save it, we can put it in an album, and all that. It can be printed. People were so fascinated by this innovation. It was a radical innovation. And then eventually they also had some, incremental innovation. But then they fail to identify, they fail to understand there is something that is happening in the environment outside. What is that something that is happening in the environment outside? Technology is advancing. Digital photography is slowly catching up. They failed to understand that. They didn't, move ahead in terms of, exploring themselves into that direction. They just waited. Oh, nothing is going to happen. If that is going to there, it is going to coexist with my current, offering what I'm giving. Eventually, when they realize that they have to act, it was already too late for them. A company, a mammoth brand crumbled and failed miserably because of their poor strategy. Is that clear? So these are the two things. So what is strategy? It essentially focuses on the big questions like how to run the business, how to perform better than competitors, how. You keep asking, you'll get so many hows, but eventually all these hows will come to two important questions. How to create value for my customers and how to be unique. What do you mean by unique? How to be different from others. Only if you are different from others, you have a competitive advantage over the others. You get that? If I'm also offering, which everybody is offering, I'm just one among them. My offering can be easily copied. My offering can be easily replicated. My whatever I'm offering can easily be I mean just like that adopted by everybody. I have to be different, and I should make sure that I should offer which is really unique. Is that clear? We'll be talking more. This is essentially strategy. We'll be talking more about it, after a short break. Okay. So we can, how much time you want? 5 minutes? Is that okay for you all to go for a quick water break or you want to grab, because we just have 2 hours. So can we take a break for 5 minutes? Or you want 10 minutes? I can give you. I'll just take 5 more minutes there. 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, students, those who are online, time for break, just 5 minutes break. Okay. Yeah. Jenny, Rogini, CW2, we don't have enough information. You can see that already, right? So, CW1 is our focus now because we are still not sure whether CW2 is, time constraint exercise or an essay format. In our induction, it was announced as a time constraint exercise, but I got an information from Dr. Wilson that they are considering to change it to an essay format, which means a report. So they are just finalizing the details and it has to be approved. So just wait. Okay. So now our focus, we have a lot of time for CW2, correct? Look at the date. It is like really in December. So our focus will be now CW1. Okay. Ragini, okay? Yeah, I know. And especially Rogini wants to know about CW2. Rogini, please wait. Yeah. Jenny, yeah. So we'll focus on CW1. This more, yeah, the CW1 is an individual. For business strategy, you don't have a group assignment for CW1. I don't know whether he's planning any group assignment for CW2. That is something we have to wait. Okay? Yeah. All right. Jasmine, did you join the session late? Because I think I showed everything. I'll show you again. You have to go to your module site. Hold on now. Let me just close this. So this is your module site. Okay. So click on the home page and scroll down to the bottom. Can you see there is a link? So 16th October, this is the link to join your online briefing. So this is assignment 1 briefing online session by UH, and you for all the modules, you will find all the joining links on the home page. You just have to scroll down. Okay. So please, first of all, know what is there on your pages. So then try to become very familiar with your module and the course pages. Okay. I hope that's clear, Jasmine. Yeah. Jenny, it is not compulsory to join all the sessions because we all completely understand that you're all working. See, this program is, catering to you people, right? For all working adults, right? So the recordings are always available. So we can watch the recordings. Okay. Yeah. Those who are available, those who are free to watch. Initially, they used to have it, the UK time, AM, PM, or something like a very odd hours. At least now it is aligning with our time because what is happening is there is a 12-hour difference between they have a campus in Greece, between Greece and Singapore, extreme corners. So which means beyond that means it becomes very late for them, So that is the reason, they try to keep it in a common slot like this so that all of them are able to attend. Because for all the modules, it is not just for our campus. For example, GMAC, if you go and attend a UH online briefing session, you will find all 11 campus students. But you'll find the number to be just 45, 50 students. In our campus alone, we have so many students, correct? For just 3 batches, and each batch has a lot of students. So just imagine. So this flexibility is there, and they can always go and watch the recording. Okay. You understood, Jenny? Okay, so can we start? Yeah? Yeah. So I'm resuming online. All okay? Can we join? Can we start? Are you all ready? Let me continue. Can I say yes, no, something? Yeah, thanks, Megan, for that. Okay. Now, so we are moving on, which means I'm just going to tell you a few things here. Okay. So this is the meaning of strategy. Okay. And what is this? Why they have given like this? Can you see this? A.D. Chandler, 1963. This was defined by Chandler, and this is called as referencing. So when I use the word referencing, there are two again classifications there. One is called as an in-text citation. What do you mean by in-text? Within the text, the referencing that comes within the text. So within the text, what can come? Only the last name of the author and the year. Only that is called as in text. So generally you all might have done your referencing some bibliography in your diploma or in your school days, correct? So that is normally the end references which comes after the assignment, towards the end. So that is called as references, end referencing. So there what will come is the entire details, the year, the date of publishing, the name of the publisher, along with the working link. Which means if I go, for example, if this definition is taken from our exploring strategy, the textbook, this is A.D. Chandler 1963, means my end reference will have the name of the book, the day, year of publication, and the details. And if it is an online book, the URL. If I go and click on that link, it should take me to that page. If you write something about an industry or a case, some example, which means I should be able to see the article. So that blue link has to be a working link. So every in-text citation should have a matching reference. Every matching reference should have an in-text citation. This is the next most important condition. Is that clear, everybody? So this is the definition or the meaning of strategy. I'm not getting into the details of the definition. I just want you to understand three things. If you look at this, strategy is the direction and scope of an organization over the long term. They are saying strategy means it talks about the path, the direction, the future destination. That is direction. Scope. What do you mean by scope? Is my strategy going to be just about like Zara will have 2 weeks turnaround? Zara will have this? No, not that. It is about the overall scope of the company. Is that clear? Which I will talk in detail to you. Next, it is also about the changing environment. Now, all the companies are in a very active environment and they are constantly being, affected by some factors, correct? From the external environment and internal environment, which means we have to understand what are the factors that is affecting a company. Let me take my own example. Today we are sitting in this class and we have a, hybrid teaching here, right? Suddenly I start feeling very cold. Okay. Now, very cold. And, how do I, handle this? I have to immediately think of like, is it my fault? If it is cold outside, is it my fault? Is it in my control? What can I do about it? Can I do something about it? I can. If it is cold, you have to adapt to the environment. Go get a jacket. I'm prepared with a jacket because this campus is always freezing. Correct? But I cannot do anything beyond that, which means the aircon that is, very freezing and cold, and the temperature and all that, is the external environment, which is not in my control. What is in my control is I can only prepare for it. Prepare for it. You get that? The same rule applies for companies. And this is precisely what we are going to do in our CW1. This example that I gave you is our assignment 1. You get that? Every company is affected by a lot of factors, externally and internally. You get that? As a company, I have to constantly monitor and understand what are the factors, external factors that is affecting my company. Now, why I should look at what is the external factor that is affecting my company? Because that external factor can be a threat to my company, correct? Can be an opportunity to my company, right? Everybody? So I should be able to identify all the factors that is externally affecting my company. Internal factors means my resources. What do you mean by resources here? My physical resource, my human resource, my financial resource, my data and information resource. You get that? What are the resources of my company? What are the capabilities of my company? What are the strengths of my company? What are the weaknesses of my company? All this is in my control. I can completely control, change my approach, come out with new strategies, and better prepare myself to face the factors that affect my company from the external environment. So it is a clear alignment between internal and external environment. You get that? This is what we are doing for our CW1. Did you all understand? So that is precisely what we are seeing in the meaning of the strategy also. So it is the direction, scope of an organization over the long term, which achieves advantage in changing environment. Environment. When I speak about environment, environment is constantly changing. Correct? We today call it as a VUCA environment. What do you mean by VUCA environment? Let me just take my pen here. Okay. So what do you mean by VUCA environment? Okay, so V stands for the environment is so volatile. Correct? Volatile. What do you mean by volatility? Today, you think that the environment, these are the factors, this is how the environment is. Suddenly, tomorrow morning, there is some major factor, and the market fluctuates. So volatile. What do you mean by you? Uncertain. Correct? The environment is so unpredictable, so uncertain. The environment is so complex. Yes or no? Very complex to understand. It is not easy. Each one of you, you are working in some companies. Think about your sector. Think about the factors that affects your company. Think about the internal factors that your company is, facing. You will understand eventually, oh my God, the business environment is so complex, correct? The last one is ambiguity, very vague, ambiguous. So, VUCA environment, we are living in a world of VUCA environment, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. So, which means the environment is constantly changing, right? So, what I should do, this is the external factor, and I should try to configure my resources and my competencies, to adjust and align with the external environment. Why should I do that? To fulfill the stakeholders' expectations. Who are the stakeholders of the company? The investors, the shareholders, the employees, the customers, the government, correct? So suppliers, the buyers. So there are, these are all called the stakeholders of the company, and each one of them, they have a different set of expectation on my company. And the job of my company, the first most important objective for these companies is to satisfy the expectations of the stakeholders. An investor will expect return on investment, correct? A shareholder will again expect return on investment. A banker, a financier will expect that, we pay the dues properly, timely. Customer will expect a great quality product with a great pricing, with a great offering, with a great feature. Yes or no? Employees, only if the company performs well, you will get a bonus, you will get an increment. Yes, even though they are from the internal environment, even they have some expectation. Government will think, okay, are you paying the taxes properly? Come on, I'm watching. Yes or no? So these are all the stakeholders. So if you just look at this one meaning, it gives me too many, things about strategy. First of all, the direction, correct? So direction, scope, okay, change, advantage, changing environment, and configuration. Configuration is so important. I will give you one simple example. Today, we have many companies have stopped talking about generative AI. They started thinking about quantum computing. Many companies, I mean the tech companies, they have a 5-year plan and they have already invested huge amounts in quantum computing. They think that slowly in 2 years, in 3 years, the world will move towards quantum computing. Okay. So proactive thinking started a plan, a rational plan, okay, and they are talking about quantum computing. Now, imagine if IBM is doing it. What about other tech companies? Hey, this IBM has invested so many billions in quantum computing. As a tech company, I just Google and other companies sit and watch. Okay, let us see. We will wait for some more time. They cannot do that. Correct? Which means they should immediately do a analysis. Oh, I don't have the necessary research that is happening in my company. So which means I have to initiate the research. I have to invest financial. I need the required skills to carry out the research. So immediately they tried. This was a weakness when they looked at their company. Now they are trying to overcome the weakness to be ahead. Correct? Configuration of resources. This is what every company is doing today. If a company is big, If a company is very successful, if it is a global company, if it is in the top 100, in the top Forbes list and all that, they are amazing in their strategies. Very proactive. Sometimes you also have to be reactive. Okay, something has changed. I cannot just wait and watch like Kodak. I have to immediately now come out, quickly take another decision so that I move towards. So this is called strategy. I hope everybody understood. So from here, quickly, now the reason why we are discussing all these things, only if you understand unit one very well, these basic concepts, for your rest all, you'll be able to use it very nicely. Now, in your assignment, there are some specific term. Do not superficially, descriptively use strategy. You have to be more specific in terms of what strategy it is. Okay, you have to be in a position to give me the right terms and terminologies that you have studied. Instead of that, if you just give the basic meaning, that's not giving any depth to your assignment. So which means unit one is giving you the fundamental knowledge of the terms, the important terms. Is that clear? So that is the reason only for this unit I'm doing it in detail. All right, rest all will be focusing on what is required. Okay, so from here I would like to introduce you to somebody. His name is Michael Porter. How many of you have heard about Michael Porter? Anybody, anywhere, somewhere, have you come across? Charlie, this PPT, after every lecture, the same email thread I will be using, and I will be sharing the assignment guidance if something is done, the PPT, all your tutorial slides, I will share it to you immediately. Okay, with the recording. Okay, Charlie, so you don't worry. All this you will get. Okay, anybody, have you heard about him? Anybody knows about Michael Porter? Anybody? So Michael Porter is called or even considered by many strategic management experts as the father of strategic management. Modern father, even though technically, because he has come out, proposed some, he's still there, very active. He's old, not very old though, okay? And I have a link there. I very frankly don't believe in playing videos in the class. I give the link unless and until it, because I don't want to waste my valuable 2 hours in playing any videos. Okay. Videos you can all watch. There are so many videos on Canvas also. If I waste my 5-minute time, 10-minute time in playing the videos, I have so much to talk. I just keep on, whatever, I have to say. So my focus is on the content and the lecture. Okay, so there is a link here. You can go and watch about it. So he has proposed some amazing tools used by all these big consulting firms like the Porter's five forces analysis, the resource-based view, all these tools that that we are using, in strategic management are used by the big companies. They have their consultancy, network, and I mean that's how they make money. Many tools were proposed by him, and we are also going to learn many tools here in this module. Okay, so he's Michael Porter. So if somebody is going to ask you who's Michael Porter, you should be knowing. And he is the one who first said or named something called as competitive strategy. Every company should come out with competitive strategy. So because only a competitive strategy can position your company in the market, in a sector. Every company, they try to come out with their product and offering. How do you position yourself, right? How do you increase your market share? How do you think about, a unique value proposition? All this is with the help of this competitive strategy, which is again the competitive advantage, which has been proposed by Michael Porter. All right. So this is about Michael Porter. Now, this is our framework, overall framework. Okay. The entire module framework. Quickly, I will tell you. So we are stuck. Can you now see? I just used a word, strategic position. Every company, I mean, no point. Imagine I'm in a hospitality sector, okay, or I'm in a automotive sector. So I mean, oh, I have so many competitors. No, I should know my position, where I stand. Correct? Am I in the top 5? Am I in the top 10? Am I a monopoly, oligopoly, or I'm nowhere? I should know it. Without knowing simply, I mean, I have something I'm selling, I'm offering. No. So strategic position. Every company should know its strategic position, for which we are going to do the first one. We should understand the environment. We should understand what are our capabilities. We should know what is the purpose of our company, what is the culture of our company. Okay, so that is the first part that we will be doing. And your assignment to focus will mostly 99% be on strategic choices and strategy in action. Is that clear? So this whole thing is divided into two halves like this, and this is our focus. Is that clear? So we'll be exploring strategy as a whole. Okay, so in other words, it is context, which is internal and external, which I have been repeatedly speaking now. It is about strategic options. So we will also come out with strategic options in our assignment one. We will be doing the internal analysis, we will be doing the external analysis, and we will propose 3 to 5 strategic options. For example, what do you mean by strategic option? I'm telling you now, Melissa, I want a cup of coffee. Now, Melissa is telling me, we'll go to Starbucks, we'll go to Tangti, or we'll go to Yakunkaya. She's giving me 3 options. Okay. Now I tell her, no, you give me the best option. Then she will ask me, I mean, what are the requirements? Correct. So she's proposing me one best option. That's the recommendation. Like this, for all the diagnosis that you make from your internal and external analysis, you will come out with 3 strategic options and pick and choose the best strategic option that you think is best for the company, and you make the recommendation. This is our assignment one. I'm again talking about. So whatever I speak, I'm connecting with our CW1. Can you see? Right? I'm doing an analysis, internal, external. Okay. I find out what are the problems, what are the issues, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities, what are the threats the company is facing. Okay. Now, there are 10 issues, 10 problems. I have to find out the most critical ones that needs attention. And based on that, I come out with strategic options and recommend. And out of the 3 strategic options, these strategic options are the action plans. You get that? What the company has to do, action plans, actionable, executable, realistic, feasible plans. And from these 3, now you look at it again, and this is the best option. You pick one finally. You will also justify why you picked up this one and why you dropped the other 2. CW1. Okay, everybody? Okay, 1 sec. So that's about exploring strategic framework. Now, let me go here. Harvard Business School. Atilla, what is that Harvard Business School? Did I mention anywhere Harvard Business School? Can I get more clarity? You have any doubt here? Just ask me. Did I mention anywhere HBS? Harvard referencing style, maybe you, yeah. Yes. Michael Porter. Michael Porter. Yes. He's from the Harvard Business School. Amazing. He's also into big time consultancy. He's too good. I'm a very big fan of him. Okay. All right. Let me go back. Okay. So I just want to know so far, whatever we discussed, did you all understand? I'm only speaking. I want to know from you all. Did you all understand? Do you have any questions? Please ask me, talk to me. Any questions? Hello? Yeah, because I haven't yet started. No, you don't have to. We haven't still touched CW1. But imagine I just, teach you, okay, this is business strategy. And then suddenly I tell you, okay, this is CW1. How will you connect? Correct? Don't think like, okay, I'm discussing already about CW1. Your other two tutorial batch students have already started their research because they know already they have gone through the process. They know that they have to start their research now itself. So, for your kind information, we will also try to do it because your three submissions will be back to back, correct? CW1, 1, 2, 3. Suddenly, next 1, 2, 3, CW2. So, suddenly you will have too many things. So, why I'm just explaining the framework. We haven't yet, started the module fully, but I'm trying to tell you whatever we are seeing here, there is a connect with your CW1. So that will actually, that make you more attentive. Oh, she's telling something. I need to pay attention. Oh, I'm going to use this for CW1. Only when it is assignment and exams, generally student mentality. Even I used to be like this. Don't worry. Okay. Oh, I have to pay attention. Okay. So it is just a nice strategy. That's all. Okay. Okay. So the assignment will be in a sheet of paper telling us in precise what you need, right? I showed you the draft already. The assignment draft is already there. See, I showed you assignment draft. I will finish this, whatever I have to finish, and I will show you that. We'll walk through that again. But I will give a detailed assignment guidance in my next tutorial. All right. Everything about the assignment, which means beyond that, you have to start your work. Now, what is the work I'm giving you? Select the company that you want to work. I will tell you. Just selection of company is important now. And selection of company also how, this is my favorite company. Let me do this. Not like that. Okay, let me close my eyes. Pick and choose. 1, 2, 3. Not like that. You should select your company based on data availability. You get that? Make sure that you have sufficient data. May I know what we should do for the first step? I'm guiding you for that only. Slowly. See, already like I'm moving towards that direction only. So hold on. Okay. See, so just mentally prepare. Don't panic. Okay. I'm just, taking you very slowly. Don't worry. What kind of company? So the assignment brief says that there are 6 companies that are listed there already, all from the automotive sector. So boys will love it. Okay, so don't go for your favorite car company. Okay, select your company based on data availability. Don't think, wow, I love BMW. Wow, I love Renault. Not like that. Check for data. Okay, 7th November. Did I say 7th November? Is it not 11th November? Submission is on November 11. Okay. Jenny, submission is on 11th November. Yes, I will show you the list. It is there. Okay. May I compare the company with other companies? You have the requirement. You will only do what is asked, what is expected. Okay. So if we start comparing, which means you're going out of the syllabus. Okay. Whatever is the requirement, we stick to that. I will guide you with that. I told you the list is already given there. See, now somebody wants to do Ferrari. Hold on, hold on. Huh? You want to see the list? Maybe wait. I think you people are now very curious to know the list. Okay, wait, let me show you the list. So now everybody here, I'm telling you where I'm taking you. Can you see this is your business strategy page? So the first one is home. Go below announcements. No units. You have all your units. 1, 2, 3, whatever we are studying. Discussion. Here in the discussion page, can you see your module leader has already posted 2 questions here. Okay. So personal reflection, how to lead effectively when you think differently. And he's asked you to look, check out the annual report and the CJ report for the automotive company. This is an automotive report, can be a big help for you. Okay. Now below that we have the assignments. Okay. So this is your page. So this is where you will all submit your assignments. Okay. After you complete your document, you'll submit your assignments on this particular page. So if you click on this like this, you have all the instructions. This is for TCE. Okay. This is for the time constraint exercise. So here, so the upcoming assignment, you have the brief here, and on this page, the submission box is here, okay, and the web URL, whatever, you have to submit your assignment here. All right. Now, why I want you all to start before is because, you can complete the draft and check one time or two time. I will confirm with him how many times is allowing to check your similarity report before clicking on the final submission. Okay. So which means you can again withdraw and, make the necessary. Don't rush. And some of you, what I noticed in the last semester, you just think that, okay, let me finish, and you just rush, finish, and just submit. Please do not rush. Make sure that you cover all the components. Make sure that you have worked enough. Make sure that you have met all the requirements, from the assignment, and then go ahead with the submission. Now, I'm showing this, okay, here, this one, particular one. Here, can you see this is the document, the assignment brief document, okay? So I'm opening that. So it is a downloadable document. All of you can download it, okay? This is the draft which will be approved. So this is how you will all get your assignment briefs for all the modules, okay? So this is the brief. So when you just scroll down, okay, the detailed brief for individual or the group assignment. So what is our assignment? Our assignment is a situational analysis. Situational analysis is also called as environmental analysis. Situational analysis is also called as environmental analysis. Okay, what are we analyzing? We are analyzing the external environment and the internal environment. Okay, so this is the company list is given here. Okay, so purpose of the assessment, task, and the topic overview of the automotive industry. Okay, so what are the companies? So they have given a small brief about the automotive industry, and now you have the task. Look at this. So select any one of the European automotive manufacturers. I'm repeating, you can select any one from this list alone. Now, even the last time the students, your senior cohort, they got an assignment, a very similar assignment, but that was on a fashion industry. Okay, a fashion industry with sustainability goals. They found it very challenging because they have to also stick to the, goals, the sustainability goals, the United Nations goals, and, they had to work on the fashion. For you, relatively, I think this time it is pretty easy because the UK fashion industry, which, adheres to the sustainability goals, the data was a challenge for them. Okay, for you, I mean, it is. So example, they have given you 4 or 5. Some students, they started thinking it is example, which means can I select something outside? What is the risk of selecting outsiders? If they are giving us within brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, stick to that. Choose any one from here. They give this they propose these names based on availability of data. You get that? So I don't want you to, venture out, and take any risky things. Stick to what is given you. So you can choose either BMW or Mercedes or Volkswagen or Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Renault, and no Ferrari here, sorry. Okay, so you have the list here. You have quite a big list because last time they had only 3 or 4. They had to choose one and it was very challenging. So yes, okay. So how do you select now at this stage? You don't have to worry about what, because I have to complete what I'm teaching, right? Only then you have enough time. At this point, what is your job? What are the 2 things that I told you? We have to look for the external factors that affect a company, the internal factors that affect a company, correct? So based on these keywords, what are the keywords? I will tell you. Search for data and select a company which has sufficient data that can help me to complete both my external environmental analysis and internal environmental analysis. Okay, so where the students are stuck normally, they get enough data for external. Internal can be a challenge sometimes for them. So then they decide, oh, teacher, I'm not getting enough information. That is why I'm telling you to first do your research and choose your company based on the data you find. Okay, this data, all that you have, save them. Create a Word document. Just copy paste the URL. Okay, you have create a database. So it's easy for you to refer credible data sources. So the first step now, until I meet you again, next week we don't have a tutorial. Subsequent week, the 3rd week we have. which means you all by the time should have selected your company. You get that? So what is the first step? Only to select a company, nothing more than that. Quickly, I will tell you so that you will understand. So we have 4 tasks, correct? Here, we have 4 tasks that is given here. Now look at the first one. Conduct detailed external analysis of the company that you have selected. For example, if I select BMW, I have to conduct an external analysis. What do you mean by external analysis? The macro environmental analysis, which means this is where we'll be studying an important tool called as pestle analysis. Political, economical, sociocultural, technological, legal, and environmental factors that affects a company. That is the external. I will teach all that. Okay. Next is the internal analysis. Can you see task 2? Conduct a detailed internal analysis of the company you have selected. You don't conduct anything now. Just see that you have data and select your company. Company selection, the first step, if it is done very nicely, the rest all will be very easy. So selection of company is very critical here. Okay. So here we'll be doing the internal analysis of the company, the resources of the company, the capabilities of the company, the strengths of the company, the weaknesses of the company is called as the internal. Understood everybody? Right. Now, now look at the task 3. Okay. So based on your findings from task 1 and task 2, propose and review at least 3 to 5 strategic options. I told you, right? When we discussed about the meanings and all that, I told you, right? Give me 3 options, Melissa. She told me to go to Yakunkaya, right? Strategic options. She gave me 3 options. She told me to go to Yakunkaya, which is the final option she has selected. So same we are doing. Based on your findings above in task 1 and 2, propose and review at least 3 to 5 strategic options available to your selected company in order to continue trading or not, as the case may be, and flourish in this competitive. So it can be that way. It can be this way, depending on what company you choose. Some company can be, really not doing well. So you are thinking that they should divest, they should, move out of this sector. If you think that that is what you want to propose, also you justify and tell me why. Every company is moving towards EV and greenhouse emissions and all that. This company is still sticking to a petrol model. Can be also, right? Yeah. Okay. So choose one of your options from task 3 and use Adobe Express Illustrator to construct an infographic or timeline. Your final option that you are selecting, you have to come out with an infographic. That is your last task. And this is the format of the report. Word count, all this you should do only in 1400 words. Plus or minus, please listen to me. One important point. Plus or minus 10% means 1400 minus 10% permissible. 1400 words plus 10% can. But do not make it less than 1200 or something. When there is scope for you to write more, do not restrict yourself. I generally tell my students not to even think about that minus. It has to be 1400 or plus 10%. Don't even think of that minus 10%. Don't compromise when there is scope for you to, because when you start writing, oh my God, I have so much to write. How to write in 1400 words? Everybody will start thinking. Okay. Now, but the danger, some students do not know how to be precise, concise, and restrict, within 1400 plus 10%. What is the risk? UH markers will not read beyond 1400 plus 10%. They will stop it there. Imagine your final recommendation, the last part, the infographic. is at the end, it will not be marked. You get that? So this is one important point. I want you all to put it here in your head. They will stop reading. They will not even touch it. Your submission will be assessed only till 1,400 plus 10%. Nothing more than that. Okay, everybody? Wait, let me see there. What are they saying? Your plagiarism can be only one time, can be checked on the Turnitin submission box. Okay? Yeah. So did you all understand 1,400 plus 10% is what you have to write? Nothing more than that. And this, whatever I'm saying, okay, holds for all your modules. If there is a requirement of word count, stick to that. Okay? The tutors may not have an idea about all these things. So that is why I always make it a point to come to the semester to make sure that I teach one module so that, I pass on most of the information to my students. All right. Okay. Yeah. So keep that in mind. I hope this part is clear. Now, can I see? Why are you panicking? Don't bother. I mean, you all seem to be so stressed already. This is just your first class. There is a lot of information for you to digest. Okay? No, 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 you don't have to. See, there are two ways of doing it. Okay? Okay, just trying to be very nice, nice, nice. All easy, all easy, all easy. Then when I come to my tutorial 3, I tell you, do this, do this, do this. Teacher, why didn't you tell all this before? Now there is no time for us to do this. Yes or no, you tell me. Right? At least in the first week, I I want you all to be more proactive and start planning all your submissions for all your modules. Start doing because, I mean, we can definitely find some time, right? In a week during your weekend, give some time, allocate some time for your work. So start doing that planning from now on. Okay. Don't be very nervous. Word count will not include, no, it will not include the friend sheet. It will not include the content page. It will not include the reference list. Correct, 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 Jasmine. All that is correct. Images, diagrams, and frameworks that are no, that all will be part of. Only the reference, the front page will not be included. Okay. So rest all will be included. Okay. And even here they are saying this such as images, diagrams, and all that. So sometimes some students, what they do is they put in a lot of things into the diagram. In that case, if it is just a static image, it's not counted. Okay. Don't panic. Okay. I am speaking about all this only for you people, for your benefit. Okay. Right. Does the word count include? Yes, Rachel, the word count includes the in-text citation. May ask all quiz inside StudyNet or Canvas it is not compulsory, it is not graded, it is just for, subject understanding. The quiz, whatever you find there, okay? Only the assignment, yes, only the CW1 and CW2. Jenny, is that clear for you? Yes, yes, I have to be detailed, I don't worry. So this is the first class. Smile, all of you. Can I see your smile? You're beautiful. Relax, nothing to worry. You all trust me, okay? Yeah. I'm there for you. I'm guiding you. Why I'm so detailed? Because the marking and moderation is done by University of Hertfordshire. Right? So I want you all to understand everything. Okay? That's the reason. Okay, I'm so glad I'm seeing a lot of emojis here. Very nice. Relax, relax. That's nice. Okay. Yes. Thank you for that. Just trust me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. How soon will we know our grading results? See, somebody wants to look at this. Jenny, I mean, generally, they take 3 weeks, okay, to finish their grading. And how the grading is released, I will tell you. So 2.5 to 3 weeks is the timeline taken by them to mark our assignments, okay. And just because you have a module leader, don't assume that your module leader is only go and do the is going to do the marking. No, they have a marking team, okay. The marking is done by the team, and the interim results will be immediately released on Canvas. Why am I calling it as interim result is because it has to be passed through the academic board. Okay, so only after academic board approves, the final grades will be released. So the passing mark is CW1 plus CW2 put together 40%. Okay. Now, like you only, all our senior batches also, they panicked. Do you know how many high, first class and, high distinctions we have? Yes. Just understand what are the requirements, understand the requirement of the brief, understand the marking rubric, understand there has to be critical analysis, understand it has to be referenced. Okay. All right. Uh, no, the word count does not include the reference list. Okay. So I answered this question. How soon will we know our grading result? Done. Okay. No, please don't be nervous now. What is this? Nobody will be nervous. Okay. Yes, our passing is 40%. No, please don't just think about 40%. Everybody should get above 70%. Okay. Yes. CW1 plus CW2, I want to see a lot of, when I stand there on the day of your graduation ceremony, I should be very proud. See, look at my students, all of them above 7. And you will all get it. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. So passing only 40%, not 99%. What is this? You want the passing to be 99%? Why? Okay. All right. Okay. Can I just go back to my thing and complete what I wanted to complete? Can we? Okay. So we are now comfortable. All our questions have been answered. We know the format. Just not UH library or, the industry annual reports, anything credible information outside also. Okay, the website will have a lot of press release. I will talk about it. That's the reason I want to talk about that. Okay, so does the references being used to have come from? No. We had the same question, right? So these are some, library resources. Outside the library resources, we have lot of magazines, we have journals, we have the news, the media, the publications, the press releases, the case studies, correct? Credible sources, no blogs, no Wikipedia, no Britannica, no Investopedia. These are all not blogs. Anybody can write. I can write, you can write, everybody can write. Who will go and verify what he has said is correct or wrong? We don't want, any kind of data from there. All right. So all these are valid, credible sources of information. All right. Now, so we'll talk about that. Okay. Yes, I think, yes. No. Even, from outside, even companies' annual reports, the financial reports, the government reports, right? There are so many market research reports. Don't spend on anything. Okay. Please don't spend. Go for open source data. Do not spend, but it has to be credible. Please, because there are some market research companies, hey, you pay this much, I'll give you this report. Don't spend money. Okay. I strongly discourage you people to spend money. Okay. Never do that. UH library also has a lot of industry reports. Every company, for example, go to Renault. You can very easily go and download their annual reports, their financial reports. You get a lot of data there. Correct? Now, the media, for example, today, Renault CEO sitting and talking to a news channel, Guardian, BBC, Straits Times. He's talking something which is also a credible source of information. Even that can be referenced. You get that, everybody? So we have sufficient data, don't worry. Okay, let me go back. So that's the framework. I gave you an overview of framework. I gave you an overview of assignments. Now we know what are the companies. We know the format. Moving down, what is the purpose of strategy? So a quick, theory, now just theory, okay, quickly. So we spoke about what already theory, strategy, that it gives us a sense of direction, correct? It gives us a sense of direction. How? I'm going to tell you how. Okay. Now, for instance, first of all, any company that you choose, I'm repeating, any company that you choose will have a mission statement and a vision statement. Class, mission statements and vision statements are the first and the foremost, most important strategy statements of a company. They are statements. Mission tells us the website of these companies will have the mission and the vision statement. Mission statement will tell us what the company does, who they are, how they do it. In other words, it will, talk about their values, their purpose of existence. I'm repeating, their purpose of existence. You get that? Who they are, what are their values, what are their beliefs, all this you will get from the website. Second statement is the vision statement. Vision statement gives us a sense of direction. It is a statement that tells the stakeholders. The mission and the vision statements are statements. I cannot, if I'm Renault, I cannot go and tell everybody, hey, you know what we do? Do you know what is our vision statement? Hey, do you know this? This is what we are doing. Can I go and tell everybody? So that is why every company has a vision and mission statement. It is a statement to all the stakeholders. This is what we do. This is how we do it. This is what we aspire to be in future. So vision statement is something which tells what they want to become in future, their future destination. So why I'm very particular about these two statements is because from these two statements only, all the companies will plan their long-term goal, their medium-term goal, and the short-term goals and objectives of the company. Is that clear? And all the long-term goals, medium-term goals, and short-term goals should be SMART goals and objective. Specific, smart, measurable, accurate, reliable, time bound. Because then only I can gauge the performance and the progress of the company. And based on this only we plan our strategy, how to achieve the vision of the company, how to achieve the mission of the company. So when you plan or when you come out with your strategic options, why am I insisting on this? You should know what is your company's mission, vision, and your strategic options should align with the company's mission and vision. Is that clear? I will just give one example for you to understand. We have an example here. This is an example of Singapore Airlines. All right. Now, look at this. I will. Will it be okay if I stop with this for you? Are you all getting late because it's a fun time also? Just with this, okay? Just this. Look at the mission statement of Singapore Airlines. What is the meaning of mission statement? Who are we? What are our values? So, Singapore Airlines mission statement, okay? It is a global company. So what is the mission statement? It is trying to tell everybody, see, I'm a global company dedicated to providing air transportation. What they do? They are providing air transportation services of the highest quality. Okay. So in their mission statement itself, they are saying, see, look at our quality. Our quality is the best. Okay. And why they are doing this? Because they want to maximize returns for the benefit. They want to meet the expectations of the stakeholders. The stakeholders should get enough return on investment. All the stakeholders should be happy and their expectations have to be met. Mission statement. Look at the vision statement. Now, what do we want to become? Vision statement always. If I ask you, what is your vision statement? Which means it has to be a futuristic statement. In 15 years, I want my company to be in the Forbes, 500 list, Forbes 100 list. In 15 years, I want to be the CEO of a company. Your vision statement, which means in 15 years, I want to be this means from here, connect the dots backwards. Long-term goal in 10 years, I should be achieving this. In 15 years, I should be. So, which means all your milestones to be achieved are planned. That is why we say vision statement gives a sense of direction, the future destination for the company. So, to be the world's leading airline, vision statement, distinguish how they want to be different. They want to be distinguished by their innovation and exceptional quality. So, this shows their aspiration to continue being a global leader. Now, from that, the goals and objectives are planned. This is something when you decide your company, also go and read the vision and mission statement. Your strategic options, I cannot just give, hey, the company can do this, do this, do this. Is it aligning with the mission and vision? Because they have the values, they have a belief, they have some vision in mind. Can I deviate from whatever they have stated there? Vision and mission is important. Okay. So quickly, I will speak about all this in the next class. Okay. I will just show you the tools that we are using. So this is a glimpse of tools that we will be using in our external analysis, and internal analysis. All right. Okay. So we will continue in our next class. So I will do the remaining teaching in my next class. In my referencing workshop, I will only focus on the referencing part. Okay. Is that clear, everybody? Even though, I mean, it will take just 35-45 minutes. Don't be late. But in case, just if the discussion is prolonging, if you're asking me something, so I've scheduled it as a 1.5 hour meeting link, but we will try to stop it by 1 hour. Okay. So those who have time can join for the referencing. And the referencing, I have informed my PEs to share the referencing. There was a workshop, a brief video workshop that was conducted by me only, and we generally share it, for all the uni students. So you will also be getting it, okay? But instead of referring to that, I thought let me myself do it since I'm teaching you. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Okay. So we'll meet again. All right. Okay. So we will stop with this. Yes, the referencing workshop will be recorded. Don't worry. I will also share that with you. See you, all of you. So it was nice to catch up with you all. Thank you so much. Rest nicely this weekend. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, just prepare whatever you want to, just go watch a movie, enjoy some nice time with family, friends. Okay. And also give some time for your research. Okay. Good night. Thanks a lot. Hey, guys, that's so nice. Thank you so much. So I will first stop the recording because it takes some time. Yes, stop the recording. And when you all go back, be careful because the roads are blocked. You have to go from here. Okay. Yeah.